Hi everyone, welcome back to the Anand studio. Today for a change, I don't have any other guest with me. I couldn't stop myself from coming solo and talk to you. Why is that? Yesterday's election results. It was path-breaking. BJP won 4 of the 5 state elections yesterday. And mainly what interested me a lot was the UP election results. It gave us a lot of messages about the change or the churn that has happened in our politics today. So let me talk about that a little bit with you. What are the messages that we have got from the UP election especially? First message to me is, it is a new India now. Why do I say that? Let me elaborate a little bit. This new India, when it comes to politics, has got a much different outlook than it was, say, 5 years, 6 years back. And the turning point is the UP election results. India has changed now. And I'll come into the details now, one by one. The first point that I have is, or the first thing that comes to my mind as a message from the UP election is, no appeasement anymore. There won't be any appeasement. If you want to win, you don't have to appease anyone. You just perform. And people are going to vote for your performance and not for your appeasement. And this was proved very clearly in the UP election results. Why do I say that? Because all communities across the board have voted for BJP, including the Muslims. And that's a big change that has happened. And what is the reason for that? It's because of the last mile delivery on the schemes. Everybody got their ration. It was not delivered seeing anybody's religion or whatever. Everybody got it during the trying times of Corona and everything. So everyone got houses. Okay, everyone got toilets. All right. And all these schemes have really gone to the poor and the poorest of the poor without seeing any religion whatsoever. A clear message has gone out from the government of UP that they will not appease anyone. They will not play to the vote banks of people. Although, yes, there was this temple issue and the Kashi Vishwanath corridor, but that had a cultural link to it. I see that a little bit different. But overall, there has been no appeasement when it comes to the government schemes, when it comes to the actions of the government. And that is going to be the norm going forward. All the parties have to get ready for that. They have to change their course forcefully this time around, going forward. Next message that I see is no Parivar. If you are doing Parivar in your party, most of the oppositions are Parivars, in effect. Most of them. Mamata Banerjee's party, which is TMC. Even there also, there was Parivar, but again, there's still Parivar, but she is quite smart enough to change that recently and create a council. Because everyone has to do this going forward. Every single party has to do this going forward. Otherwise, they are going to perish. And that's a clear message that has come from the UP elections. The other message is, if you're corrupt, you don't have any place in the government. And that's very clear. When it comes to UP elections, Yogi's image was of a non-corrupt politician. No corruption, either in the center nor in the state, especially in the state again. Earlier, there was quite a lot of corruption in different projects and all that stuff, right? And that's a very clear message that the voters of UP have given this time around. The next is the youth. Today's youth is looking at good leaders for their leadership quality, for how they're going to work with the public. They are seeing them as role models who they can emulate, who they can follow down the line. And you have to be good, you have to be a good leader in order to get the right following and then the votes. Youth has awakened now, and that's very clear again from the UP elections. The next very important point is Nari Shakti. So when your schemes are really reaching every household, the Nari of the household really starts understanding and appreciating. And if the Nari in the household or the females in the household understand the schemes and they are seeing all those things being delivered by the government, like the security in case of VP elections, Yogi delivered it. Okay, security was a very important election campaign plank that BJP really drove it into the minds of people. And they did a good job on that. So in the last 5 years, there have been no big riots in UP. And the females of the households really started feeling secure. They can go out whenever they want. And that environment got created and everybody appreciated it. And especially the females in the households. And that's quite important. Your schemes have to really impact the females in the household. It's not just giving, say, 2,000 rupees for homemakers, those kind of schemes, which are very hollow, and which is what is being done in some states like Tamil Nadu. It will not go far. And the last point that I have in mind is MOYO. What is that? By that I mean Moditva and Yogitva. What is Moditva to me? You have to really come up with creative schemes that helps the public. It helps the poor. It helps the middle class. Okay, so at the center, you have to have good schemes. And as a state, you come up with good policies and good schemes that from which the public really benefits. And the next point, Yogitva, by that I mean non-corrupt execution, corruptionless execution. And both these were done by Yogi in the last 5 years. And that's why he won again. And he created history. It's the first time that a chief minister is repeating his tenure in UP. And that's because of the good work that he has done. And that's because of his corruptionless execution. That's because of the image that he has created for himself as an honest, non-corrupt person. And that does not mean you don't have to have a family. But the moot point is your image has to be clean. And that Yogi had. All right, so this is what I call double engine in a state government. Your policies have to be great. They have to reach every sections of the society. And on the execution side, it has to be corruptionless execution. And this is what I called MOYO, Moditva and Yogitva. And if you are in the center also, nothing like it. It's really a triple engine for us. So these are some of the important messages that I see coming out of the UP elections. However, BJP should not get complacent, which they will not. And Modi ji has already gone to Gujarat, okay, and has done a roadshow. And Gujarat is coming up in the elections around the end of this year. So he has started thinking about it as the next target. However, Modi ji and BJP has to focus on some of the important issues and continue to do that and deliver on those fronts much better than they have in the past. One is the economy. Because of COVID and all those issues, the economy has got a hit, which everybody knows. Okay? So now he has to really focus on that. And by 2024, he has to demonstrate that the economy has gone up by leaps and bounds. Job creation is another important factor which has to be focused upon, definitely. Right? Then building strong leadership in states like Delhi, Uttarakhand, Kerala, and even in Bengal. and similar states. Why I'm saying that is you have to have a local face coming up as a leader, as a strong leader. And I think BJP has to focus on that particular piece of it. They are missing that in some places. You cannot go to elections all the time with Modi's name. And the last but not the least, I think they should continue to focus on simplifying the taxes and also kind of trying to bring in benefits for the middle class, which I think has been ignored a little bit by the BJP government. So great win for BJP, great messages that have come in. They have really created history yesterday with all the results that have come up. And definitely they are going to win in 2024. There's no doubt about that because the opposition is nowhere today. They don't have all these ingredients that we talked about. Unless they really change their mind and come up with something great in the next 2 years. But still, I don't see that happening because there's no unity in the opposition and they don't have the skill set, they don't have the right leaders. Mamata Banerjee came to UP and nobody cared. We can see that in the votes. So all that is quite beneficial for BJP in 2024. The only thing is we have to focus on some of these things and make that also a great talking point of development when they reach 2024. That's it from my end. Thank you so much. Hope you like the video. Please subscribe, share, and support my channel. Thank you. Namaste. Jai Hind.